Hi guys, it's Ryan from Renewed Health Supply. Hope you are doing well. I wanted to talk with you a little bit more about sauna today. I'm sitting inside of my Heavenly Heat FIR1 sauna, which is a very intense 6-heater far infrared sauna, completely for chemical sensitivities, super high detox kind of level. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about just sauna in general. And if you're thinking right now, you know what, I might want to increase detoxification pathways, or maybe I want to improve my cardiovascular health, or you know what, maybe I've got blood flow issues that I need to increase circulation and I don't go out and do a lot of rigorous exercise, or maybe I need to improve my immune system, or maybe I'm dealing with some inflammation issues that are going on, or want to really help prevent kind of dementia and kind of neurological decline in later years of life. Maybe you're kind of thinking about things like, for instance, longevity, and trying to figure out like what are proven modalities to kind of increase longevity. Those things can be important for a lot of different folks, and you may rank order them in varying different orders for yourself versus myself versus other folks as well. Well, the reality is that sauna is a great way to actually benefit multitude of different things. And I became so convinced of the powerful effects of sauna years ago that finally I saved up enough money to be able to buy this beautiful US-made sauna. So I want to just kind of say, look, it's a real challenge right now. There's a lot of really lousy quality saunas on the market, the overwhelming majority of which are coming out of China. So there's no governing authority that prevents saunas from having really high levels of electromagnetic or electro frequencies in them. Just like you wouldn't want to sit next to a high power transmission power line, or use a heated blanket on yourself all day long every day. There's negative side effects of having exposure to EMFs and really high levels. And no sauna is going to be completely devoid of electromagnetic frequencies, but the reality is that well-designed ones absolutely can mitigate a lot of that risk. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you, if you really are in the market for a sauna, to take a serious look at Heavenly Heat. We do have a small affiliation with them. I'm going to provide a discount code for you to use. If you purchase one, they will give you a small discount off of it. This is, Heavenly Heat's kind of an interesting company. They are not a marketing business. If you look at the majority of sauna companies on the market, they have all sorts of different crazy marketing techniques. They're all over social media. They've got videos all over the place. When I bought this sauna, this company's been around for well over 20 years. They manufacture all their saunas in the United States. The wood comes from the United States, the glass. You can see my review that I did on the FIR1. But that's really rare. The vast majority of saunas are coming out of just a handful of different companies in China, and they're just being made to spec for different manufacturers, different reps here in the United States. So there's no glues, there's no plywood or paneling board or anything of that sort that are used in these. There's no plastic that are used on the inside of these. There's no rubber gaskets or seals or anything on the windows of any of these situations. These are really high quality. With that being said, you've got to put it in your order, and they're going to make your sauna to order. So if you don't want to have a window here, you don't have to have a window there. You want to get one of these with slightly different configuration for heaters, you can do that as well. You want to put a couple speakers on the top, you can do that also. So there's some options that you can do. So as a result, you place your order, it's going to take a while for it to arrive. They're going to make it custom. Now, if you want a sauna like right away, and you want something that maybe is a little bit more modern looking, I highly recommend High-Tech Health Sauna. We also have a small affiliation with them, which will give you a discount as well if you decide to purchase one of those. And maybe what I would say here on this, the Heavenly Heat one, if you really want the most maximum exposure to the far infrared heat, this FIR1, the one-person sauna that they manufacture, is probably by far the most intense kind of far infrared that you can get. The High-Tech Health Sauna is more modern. It's a slightly smaller footprint. It's a well-designed layout of the heaters, but there's only 3 heaters. They do have a nice fan option. Actually, not an option. It comes with the High-Tech Health Transcend 1 series, where you can flip the switch and have the exhaust vent right out. So if you just want to cool it down a little bit, you don't want to crack the door for your sauna, you can flip that switch and it'll circulate out a little the excess heat to make it more, I guess, palatable for you to stay in there for a longer period of time. So that's nice. High-Tech also has an inside control panel, so you can control the heat or the duration of the time from inside and outside the sauna. So that's kind of nice. And they also have a pretty nice ergonomic kind of backrest configuration on their sauna as well. They're also made out of poplar, unless you get the cheaper version, which I believe is made out of, I believe hemlock is what they're using on that. But the poplar wood is really, in my opinion, kind of the best to go, especially if you have any type of sensitivities or allergies or anything of that sort. Poplar's great. As far as one other thing that people oftentimes ask is, hey, you know what? A lot of the research that's done on sauna is done in Scandinavia, where it's part of regular day life. And they're primarily in Scandinavia using traditional heaters, the type with the rocks in them, not far infrared. And those saunas operate at much higher air temperature levels than far infrared does. Now, that being said, one of the questions on that is that, hey, you get higher levels of exposure to heat shock proteins when you have the really intense exposure to 190, 195, maybe even 200 degrees on some of those rock heaters, maybe 210 even sometimes. A far infrared sauna is going to cause a profuse sebaceous gland sweating. Okay, you're going to get that just sweating to a degree that you just typically don't get out of a traditional Finnish or Scandinavian rock sauna. So I don't know if we're going to find out in a few years that candidly heat shock proteins are stimulated just as rigorously in far infrared in a well-designed one like this, or if indeed the rock sauna, traditional heaters cause more heat shock proteins. I don't really know. And I don't think anybody can tell you, definitively right now if there is an answer to that. So if you want to solve for the best of both worlds, these folks at Heavenly Heat actually manufacture a combo sauna, which you have, and a one-person sauna like this, you would have this large far infrared heater behind your back. You can also add a far infrared heater underneath the backside of your legs, underneath the bench. You can also add in the near infrared heat lamp in the rooftop as well. So that would be 2 far infrared heaters and then a near infrared heater in the top, combined with a Scandinavian rock heater in it as well. Okay, so you can turn you can turn off the far infrared if you want, just use the rock. You can just use the far infrared and emit the rock, or you can put it all together and use it all in conjunction. I've never used that before, but it's not that much more expensive. It's not much more expensive than this far infrared one, but you're going to miss the far infrared heats on the side, and you're going to miss the far infrared heat in the front that you would get with this this FIR1. But that combo sauna is a pretty compelling value proposition, especially if you're still like, I don't want to hedge all my eggs. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket with traditional or with far infrared. That's a great option to be able to give you maybe the best of both worlds. So I don't know what to tell you. If I hadn't purchased this one, probably 50-50 on whether or not I'd go with that combo sauna. Now, one thing to keep in consideration if you do go with that sauna, the combo one, is that you will need to have an electrician install a dedicated but a dedicated outlet for that, because it's going to draw a lot of electricity when you're using that traditional heater in lieu of exclusively far infrared. So you won't be able to plug them both into the same outlet. You'll need to have, you'll probably need to spend $500 or $600 with an electrician to get it wired to be able to handle that level of power. Okay, so that might be a knockout factor for you altogether if you're considering, going in that route. So, so look, I guess the summary would be, if you want available to ship most of the time kind of immediately, the High-Tech Health might be a really good option for you, especially if you want something that's more modern looking, maybe a smaller footprint on the one-person sauna. Those High-Tech Healths are more expensive right now in early 2022 than the Heavenly Heat. And they are not made in the United States. They're good quality, but they're definitely made over in Asia. They're designed here in the United States, but they're made in Asia. And I believe, right now with the heavenly heat, what I'm sitting in right now, being a U.S. made one, if you're willing to wait, a couple months typically to get one custom ordered, this might be your best option. And just wanted to come to you guys with that as well. So be sure to use the discount code RENEWED should you order any of these saunas. Get you a discount, also help to support some good content like we're trying to bring to you as well. So I wish you the very best on your journey for health. Hope this was helpful, and we wish you the very best out there. Thanks, friends. Bye.